We need facts. We need empirical evidence. We need an...
Before I get this lesson started, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Ruach and I want to give double honors to the elders and the apostles of the Great Millstone, of whom I learned from, and shalom to the whole elect, teaching this proof, being watchmen, and taking this truth to the four corners of the earth, building the bidding the hopefully elect and the elect to the marriage supper of the Lamb. This is your brother Radah, which is a real quick attempt to be a watchman right here. Just there's some stuff going on. We know that there's stuff going on all over the earth. Everything, prophecy, scripted. This is going into that bridge that was collapsed in Baltimore. Just listen to some of the details in this message, and we'll pull some precepts and we'll be done.
Investigation. What is your investigation telling you?
Well, I have a best.
So I'm going to pause that so you guys can read it. Look what it says. What is an accident? Laura Logan, intel sources, claim Baltimore Bridge collapse on the second busiest strategic roadway for hazardous materials was absolutely brilliant strategic attack.
Question for you, Steve. Why are you coming to the mic telling the country that it's not terrorism when your own intelligence agencies are telling you it is? And I know they are, because I didn't make this up. These are not my words, right? I'm talking to people who are on the inside, some who are on active duty, some who are retired, and everyone, literally, from critical infrastructure in Department of Homeland Security to the intelligence agencies, they know there's no other. This is a cyber attack on.
So I had another video today that I tried to save. I was going to do this original lesson on earlier, and literally right when I saved it and I started pulling up precepts, I went back to the video and it had already been taken off TikTok. It was going back, basically, it wasn't just only talking about the boat that wrecked into the bridge, but the person was doing what this lady was doing, talking about the stratagem or the strategy of how key this particular bridge going out was, like the amount of vehicles that go across this bridge, how this bridge going down probably won't be built back up in, like with the next 3 or 5 years. And we already know what the plans are for the next 3 or 5 years, supposedly what's going on, if America's even going to be here, and how separated this bridge being taken out has made that part of the country from the rest of the country, and the amount of hazardous material that is driven back and forth or transported back and forth using a specific bridge. Like, this was a major move, man.
Critical infrastructure corridor for the United States. This is, for those people who think this is just a river, this is in Baltimore, what does this matter? You don't know anything about what you're talking about. The I-94 corridor on the eastern seaboard is literally what connects the north and south. And when I talk about hazardous materials, right, this is a brilliant, well-planned strategic attack on one of the most important supply chains in the United States of America. The only other one is in the western side in California. That's the only one that's busier. And what you have done, you now have shut it down. And when I talk about hazardous materials, what are we talking about here? This is refined fuels, right? This is propane gas. This is diesel. This is fuel. This is flammable materials. This is oversized loads, nitrogen, chemicals. Everything that you need for your economy to move has literally just been shut down for 4 to 5 years.
Hey, these are the type, we need facts. We need...
I'm talking about this Western. What are we talking about here? This is refined fuels, right? This is propane gas. This is diesel. This is fuel. This is flammable materials. This is oversized loads, nitrogen, chemicals. Everything that you need for your economy to move has literally just been shut down for 4 to 5 years.
Hey, these are the type, we need facts.
Hold on, I'm gonna pull up one more.
Do y'all really think that everything we're seeing right now is by chance? It's not. Over the last few months, but especially the last few weeks, I've noticed a very disturbing chain of events. All these things are happening sporadically, just being thrown at us while we lead up to this eclipse. Now, I know you're thinking it has nothing to do with one another. Yes, it does. A quick rewind so y'all can get into my mind. We had the Moscow attack that just happened. There's been a ton of mass shootings in the U.S. in the last month. We've had 2 huge, what they call geomagnetic storms in the last 30 days. The list of names of incriminated people keep getting longer and longer and longer. More on this later tonight. the royal family, the Rothschild, all these incredibly powerful dynasties having misfortune happen, and the red cows being sacrificed at the most opportune time ever, all while we await this eclipse, which, if you didn't know, it says air travel could be disrupted from 7th to the 10th of April. Warned by the FAA, not me. Now, I've already explained this eclipse to you in great detail, from the Salems to the Ninevehs to the National Guard and everything else. And I've showed you their supposed doomsday map, which aligns almost perfectly with their declassified document of the Adam and Eve story. Somehow they would know the future. It reminds me of the 40s when they were using astral projection to see what the opposition was doing.
All that stuff is bugged out, because we'll pull that precept. Stand now with thine enchantments. I'm just going to let this play. Just forgive some of this stuff.
Along with Project Looking Glass and all other sorts of divination, while our wealthiest citizens in the U.S. have been preparing bunkers for a long time, but especially over the last month. You know, they say that Solomon is the wisest man to live, and he said there is nothing new under the sun. You may know it as history repeats itself. But I know one thing, we are in the last repeat. Again, I take you back to the great earthquakes of 1811 and 1812. That was 3 months after a total solar eclipse. Now here's what I came to say. We're not just looking at a physical alteration of the world and people, but spiritual. Before this came out, or before I got word of it, I had a huge warning that along with the false light, the Antichrist, the false prophet, the false movement, we are going to see demonic manifestations like never before. So why this? I saw this meme, and it really, really made sense. Pause to see for longer. What we're seeing right now in the U.S. and the whole world is demonic manifestations coming to pass, affecting the physical world in every single avenue we could even think about. That's what this was. Do you think this just happens randomly, just physically, just because? No. There's demons operating in high places. The Bible tells us that Satan comes to steal and destroy, so we know his demons do the same thing. And
we understand that the Satan that is being spoken about in that specific precept is talking about Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, Amalek, the so-called small hat people. It's not talking about the spiritual prince, demon, Satan sitting on the left-hand side of Yahweh. It's talking about a race of people.
They're causing havoc upon the earth, and we've seen nothing yet. And everything we're seeing in the skies is God's drawing himself. And while this is all happening, I've seen the numbers 333, over 10,000.
Okay, I'm just going to stop it right there. Let's pull some precepts, man. Let's see. Let's get a man shall want to say go to another country, go to another city, go to another city, and not be able to. A man shall desire. So this is 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, 17, and many of you guys are familiar with 2nd Ezra. For those of you that might listen to this video that are not familiar with the Apocrypha, you absolutely got to read this book. It's 14 books that was removed from the original King James 1611 King James Bible, and it was removed because of the details, specifically in this book, the whole, and in Maccabees, because of the history of the Israelites becoming Gentiles is recorded in Maccabees, but the prophecies and the detail within 2nd Ezra coming or land backing off of the book of Daniel it's amazing. But here, this is talking about your confined, your constriction, your martial law. 2nd Ezra 15:17, a man shall desire to go into a city and not be able to. And then verse 18, for because of their pride, and this is talking about America, and mainly Esau, Edom, and the 2/3. For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity. This is verse 19, and this is absolute chaos. This is going to be taking place during what is called Jacob's trouble in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, and I'll pull that right after this. This is verse 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. That goes into family members. That goes into friends. That goes into literal neighbors. That goes into countrymen. That also goes into that precept, he will have the Egyptian fight the Egyptian, and brother against brother, city against city. But shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread. and for great tribulation. People are going to be emotional. They're going to be psychotic. They're going to be out of their minds. There's going to be a spirit release into the earth. This is what we are entering into. It's ramping up, you guys. Let's pull Jacob's Trouble. Jacob's Trouble. Jacob's Trouble. It's going to be Jeremiah 30. But I want to read. So this is the 7th, but I want to read from the top to the bottom. I want to read from verse 1 down to 7. This is Jeremiah 30, verses 1 through 7. The word that came to Jeremiah from Yahweh, saying, Thus speaketh Yahweh, the power of Yasharallah, saying, Write thee all the words that I have spoken unto thee in a book. Just like the angel, the same angel told Ezra to write the words down in the book. He told, I believe it was Habakkuk, the same thing. For lo, the days come, saith Yahweh, that I will bring again the captivity of my people, Yasharallah and Judah, talking about the northern and southern kingdom, all right, saith Yahweh, and I will cast them, and I will cause them to return to the land that I gave to their fathers. And that's what this eclipse, that's what this bridge, that's what all these turbulences and these shakings of Esau knows his time is short. It is so obvious how panicky he is moving right now. And what I mean by panicking, they are literally launching trauma-like moves daily, weekly. It's been going on since COVID. It's just been increasing. They're constantly doing crazy things. There's so much going on, man. For lo, the days come, saith Yahweh, that I will bring again the captivity of my people, Yasharallah and Judah, saith Yahweh, and I will cause them to return to the land that I gave to their fathers, and they shall possess it. And these are the words of Yahweh that Yahweh spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah, the northern and southern kingdom. This is how Yahweh speaks about the 12 tribes of Israel in prophecy, so that we know that America and the media that speaks about the so-called small hat people, we know it's counterfeit because they never mention the split. They never mention the northern and southern kingdom. They never mentioned Israel and Judah. That's why that is spoken about like that. The Most High is going to restore what he destroyed. And he destroyed us in punishment, and now he's bringing us back. He's restoring the 1/3. And these are the words of Yahweh spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah. For thus saith Yahweh, we have heard a voice of trembling, and this is the warning, of fear and not of peace. Ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. This is an extreme amount of stress. This is a huge amount of heart failure. This is absolute panic and chaos. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. The day of Noah's Ark and the flood was tremendous, but this is not like it. The day of Pharaoh and his firstborn were killed, and Egypt mourned, is not like this day. When Nineveh was destroyed, when Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed, nothing, even slavery, was not like this day, you guys. For this day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, semicolon, but he shall save the elect of Yasharallah out of it. We are coming into this, man. This is getting crazier and crazier. I want to see, let me see, just one. Here, let's do this. I just want to say this one just for, let's see if I can pull it. Stand now. And this is the stand now with thine enchantments, because they are no longer working on the elect. They're not even working that much on the 2/3 as far as and the other nations as far as the patterns of Esau. Because let me see if that pulls it up. Stand now with thine enchantments. Yes, Isaiah 47:12. Stand now with thine enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail. This is a mockery. This is the Most High say it's over. The left hand is no longer going to give you its potency where you can deceive the nations and the elect as you used to, Esau. This is verse 13. Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, and the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. Okay, verse 14, behold, they shall be a stubble, the fire shall burn them, they shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame, there shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to set before it. So their whole power is failing. Their whole strategy is and we can see it, but we have to get ready. This is getting crazier and crazier, guys. This is all I wanted to do. I just wanted to go into this much. I just wanted to post it because the first video I was going to save to do this lesson a couple of hours ago, it completely got taken, and I didn't want to do a story on that bridge minus that information. I wanted to go this route. I wanted to come
This high protein, low sugar, baked carrot.
Sorry about that. I wanted to go this route and talk about it from this angle.
Hey, these are the type, we need facts, we need empirical evidence, we need an investigation. What is your investigation telling you?
Well, I have a better question for you, Steve. Why are you coming to the mic telling the country that it's not terrorism when your own intelligence agencies are telling you it is? And I know they are, because I didn't make this up. These are not my words. Right, I'm talking to people who are on the inside, some who are on active duty, some who are retired, and everyone, literally, from critical infrastructure in Department of Homeland Security to the intelligence agencies, they know there's no other. This is a cyber attack on a critical infrastructure corridor for the United States. This is, for those people who think this is just a river, this is in Baltimore, what does this matter? You don't know anything about what you're talking about. The I-94 corridor on the eastern seaboard is literally what connects the north and south. And when I talk about hazardous materials, right, this is a brilliant, well-planned strategic attack on one of the most important supply chains in the United States of America. The only other one is in the western side in California. That's the only one.
So this is totally going into the infrastructure of this nation, and this is what we want from a prophetic, from a hopefully elect perspective. This is one of the major moves that's going to bring chaos in this country, though. It's going to start getting bad, you guys.
That's busier. And what you have done, you now have shut it down. And when I talk about hazardous materials, what are we talking about here? This is refined fuels, right? This is propane gas. This is diesel. This is fuel. This is flammable materials. This is oversized loads, nitrogen, chemicals. Everything that you need for your economy to move has literally just been shut down for 4 to 5 years.
Hey, these are the type we need.
So with that, I hope this lesson was edifying. I just wanted to make it real short, Watchman style. I want to give all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakodash, and I will give double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone of whom I learned from, and a shalom to the hopefully elect, bidding this new song to the elect of the four quarters, bidding them to the marriage supper of the Lamb. This is your brother Radah. Shalom.